Okay, if you're running a business and you're interested in maximizing your income, your profitability, and the resilience of the company, then one good exercise you can do to start diagnosing where the opportunities are, rather than looking at the company itself, is actually to look at the industry and then to start working from there, working up an avatar, if you like, as to what a best-in-class company would look like. So whatever the industry you work in will have some set points in terms of achievable net margins and gross margins and acceptable OPEX and cost of goods sold percentages. So what I would advise you to do is perhaps look at publicly listed companies in your sector, if there's any that exist. You can look at their financials, or their information is publicly available. For privately owned companies, things like pricing is available. You can look at the structure of those businesses, and there's clues out there as to sort of how those businesses are structured and how many employees they have, and their facilities and their assets, and you can start to build a picture up. And so I would take an income statement and I'd start from the top. Don't worry about the revenue just yet, but actually think about cost of goods sold. If you're running, say, a bricks and mortar company, for example, then you're going to have more costs in the cost of goods sold than if you are a services company or a tech company, for example. So realistically, as a tech company selling software as a service, or etc., you might be making 80-90% margins, or very high percentage margins at a gross level, whereas a bricks and mortar company, there might be 50%, it might be something very different. So put some homework into that and actually define an acceptable number or realistic number. Then as you go down through, you've got your operating expenditure, and again, build that out. If you're experienced in your sector, you have some idea as to how you deliver those products and services, and you'll land upon a percentage number in there, which the industry will sort of define for you. And ultimately you get down to a net margin, and that net margin, it might be a skinny one, it might be sort of a few percentage points that some companies operate on in certain sectors. It could be 10%, it could be as much as 20%, but there will be set points where it's something that's aspirational but realistic to achieve in your specific sector. Once you have that, you'll start to create an avatar then of what a company will look like, and you can start to sit that alongside your own business and work out where the opportunities are and where things could possibly be improved. I'll go into a lot more detail on that. There's a link in the comments where we can actually start digging into those different components. But as an exercise, I would strongly advise you to sort of get to grips with that as a starting point.